Hello, movie fans. We've just watched The Ballad of Buster Scruggs, which is a Netflix original movie. It's nominated for three Academy Awards. So we decided we would check it out and see whether or not it was worth your family's time. So stick around and see what we have to think about the movie and play a little fun game with us, and you can play along. The Ballad of Buster Scruggs is another Netflix original movie that was released back in November, but we are reviewing it now because it was nominated for three Academy Awards: Best Song, Best Adapted Screenplay, and Costuming. I think it is. It is rated R, mostly for violence and gore. It's directed by the Coen Brothers, who are known for movies like Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, Fargo, The Big Lebowski. So it's very weird. So if you like those movies or don't like those movies, it's probably along that same line. And the Coen Brothers, keep it true to their own sensibility, in the sense that it doesn't make a lot of sense. But there are six different stories and about life in the Old West.
Six different stories about like people in the West. They tend to be violent. They're all different. They don't connect. So if you expect that to happen, go in with lower expectations.
I think that's good. I would say it is six unrelated tales of violence and death in the Old West.
So now we're going to describe the movie in just a couple adjectives. Which adjectives would you give for this movie?
Dark and strange.
I'd say weird and interesting.
Morbid. Kind of sad. A couple.
Good, sad, dark, depressing.
Morbid, weird, interesting.
Okay. Okay. So our general opinions of the movie. It's an okay movie. If it wasn't on Netflix, I would definitely not tell anybody to go out and watch it. If you've got some time that you're looking for something on Netflix, and again you're okay with the violence and gore, that's a little bit in there, then it's worth checking out because it's different. The stories are kind of interesting, but some are just not that good of a story. Some are actually okay. Well, that's interesting, and like the very first one, I think may be worth it because it's a short. All of them are short, but it's like a short, like 4 or 5 minutes, maybe
That one is
maybe
actually
10.
Buster Scruggs.
Yeah, that's the Ballad of Buster Scruggs, which is actually kind of an interesting story, and the song in it is what's nominated for the Academy Award. So, but again, that's a little bit probably one of the more gory ones. So you may want to not see it if you don't like the gore. But if you're okay with the gore, then that's the one I would see.
Not necessarily gore.
Well,
Not really.
There was blood. There was not the amount of gore that there really would be for those incidents, the shootings. There was some blood, so it was bloodier than the others. It was not as gory as it could have been, but it was.
But that was the funny one.
Yeah. Like that's the only really comedic one. But there were a whole bunch of people getting shot and dying, and then some very graphic violence toward the end of it.
So, anybody else's opinion of the movie?
I guess I thought it was interesting, and a couple of the stories did make me think, and then I got worried about where they were going to go because they are stories of violence and death. A couple of them just made me sad. I did not enjoy watching the movie. I would not watch it again. It wasn't for me.
I thought it was just four stories. It should have. They were all, good, I guess. But we should have stopped watching at four stories if you want to remain happy.
Okay, that's probably true.
I'm not sure if you can remain happy even after.
You can't remain
four.
happy after watching the first
Skip
one.
a few.
I think the fourth one is Meal Ticket, or was that Mr. Pocket?
Wait,
No, we like Mr. Pocket,
that one was the best one.
which is actually called the Gold Valley.
The Gold Canyon.
Yeah, the Gold Canyon. We like the Gold Canyon because that was interesting, and we nicknamed it Mr. Pocket. You'll see why if you watch it.
Yeah.
There was a wagon train one which was sad.
I found it to be the most interesting.
That was my least favorite because it was just so long and
It was really long. It was like the longest one.
My
Yeah.
least favorite
Yeah.
one was the
boring.
6th one because it wasn't as long, but it was unnecessary. For
It was
like
unrelated.
they had tons of just random banter. It was just
There was no
stories.
violence in that one.
Just a lot of it.
yeah, it was
If
it was
you-
a dark theme.
If you
one, but it
understand
wasn't
by the end
violent.
of it, then it's dark. If you don't, you do not understand. You're just confused, and you need someone to explain for you. And it's dark.
Yeah, and they're all kind of dark. That's the thing. They're all like a little bit dark
Yeah.
in what happens.
Pretty-
But yeah, I'd say the first one was good. We're seeing the Gold Valley one, which we say is Mr. Pocket, is probably worth seeing.
Second one was all right.
That was the one with James Franco?
Yeah, the second one with James
I'd probably
Franco.
actually call that one my favorite one.
Yeah.
Really?
No,
Oh.
Pan Shot.
Pan Shot. Yeah, Pan Shot was the one that was the second one.
Yeah.
That was it was different. It was different. I can see
Yeah.
why some of it was good, and it was short enough that I think you could watch it and be like, all this stuff I think you could probably watch on YouTube and be like,
Yeah.
here's a 5-minute frame or 10 minutes of
Was the
YouTube.
third
Except for the
Liam
last
Neeson's?
few, they were definitely
The
long.
third
Nah,
one was the one
last
with
one's
Liam
not worth
Neeson. I thought the third one
Oh,
was
that was
that one was very interesting just because I knew that something bad would happen in it. And I was just waiting for that, and that was what kept me on edge.
That was like one of the darkest ones, I think.
Yeah.
And then the last one was just kind of more like thought-provoking dark and
Yeah.
and boring and not really that good. They're all on the stagecoach. I did not think that was that good. But yeah, so that's why it's kind of a mixed bag. This whole movie is a mixed bag of from good to not really good. But not, I don't think
Watch
anything was
1,
great.
2, and 4. If you those,
Yes.
they're
Yeah.
still not necessary.
I would agree with
Watch
that.
1
2,
if
and
you
4.
want it to be positive. Although it's not necessary.
Yeah, but again, and we'll get to the rating scales. We can talk about the gore and stuff. But so let's talk about the family appropriateness and our scales that we started using last time. All right, so on the rating scale for violence from Muppet Movie to Saw.
It's hitting each other.
Yeah, from Muppets hitting each other to really, really gory or really, really violent. And again, gore is a different scale, so we can say, I would say this is pretty violent. Everything has at least some element of violence. Most things do. So I'd say we're probably around a 7.
Yeah, that's what I'd say too. 7 or an 8.
I'd say 5.
Okay.
I don't feel like it would make its way to 8 on a comparison to Saw, but if there's nothing at the end,
Yeah.
scales are hard.
And essentially the reason being is there's a lot of gun shooting, a lot of people dying by gunshots, a lot of explicitness in terms of like how people are dying and fighting and things like that at different points. Different stories have that, especially the first story. And then so related to that on the gore scale, where you've got from gore from Bambi to Braveheart, I'd say definitely there's a couple of those ones, especially the first one, like on the gore scale is like pretty much a 9.
No,
And I
I'd give it a
think
6. I mean, there are a lot of people being, shot in the face and everything. And
Okay, well, what about the one thing with the gunslinger? I don't want to give the spoiler that happens with the gunslinger. Where he's,
yeah,
That I would say was the
that was
goriest
the goriest thing.
Which one are we
few
talking
seconds
The
of
very
the
first
movie.
one.
The Ballad of Buster Scruggs.
yeah,
With the
I
other
mean, if you don't
gunslinger.
remember what happens to
about? I
him, then
suppose that makes it gory.
But that was
Who was
the
the
goriest thing. There were people getting shot, and there was some blood, but not on the comparatively. If you're talking about what an actual injury like that looked like, it wasn't.
okay.
I'd
Does
give
that
it
make
like
sense?
a 6.
Okay, so it was a little stylized. Okay, 6, 7-ish. So we'll call it there. It's pretty gory. If you don't like gore, I wouldn't go there. I mean, there's parts of it that are pretty gory. If you don't like people dying and getting shot in the head, then that's probably not going to be great for you. Agreed?
It was just the
There was a couple.
first one, right? The first.
Yeah, the first one was the
story.
most. The first one was the most. Yeah. Okay, and then on the adult situation scale, from Lady and the Tramp to Basic Instinct, I'd say it's really low. It's like a 1.
There's a suggestion.
Yeah, there's suggestive stuff, but nothing really. No nudity, no
1 to
things like
2.
that. There's a couple little suggestive things, but nothing that was bad. And then on the language scale,
Was there?
I don't recall.
I don't think
like
there
a
was
one?
really much language used in that. Yeah, I think there was like a couple little words. So I put that down as like a 2, 1, 2.
Yeah, 1 or 2.
Yeah, pretty low on the language scale. Now we're going to play a game that you can play along with too. So this is a game we like to play at home where when we're flipping through stations and movies are on TV, that, one of the older movies that we know or seen before, we like to see if we can guess the movie without looking at the TV, but just by listening to a random part in the movie.
Sometimes it's just music playing.
Yeah. And so it can be harder or easier depending on which part of the movie it is. But we like to do it to see if we can figure out the movie within like 10 or 15 seconds.
My name is Gladiator. And then we go
Right.
under to
Yeah, sometimes it's just music. Sometimes it's like,
yeah, I
well,
can't do
Tony
that.
stars.
Yeah.
It's very
It
obvious.
would be like, I'm the Amazing Spider-Man. Be like, oh, well, now we know.
Yeah.
So everybody's picked out a different clip, like a 30-second clip, and then the others are going to play along with to see if we can try to guess it. So I'll play the clip beforehand so you can hear the audio, and then you can try to see if you can guess and how fast it takes you, and then you can see what our reactions are. All right, so here's the first clip.
So here's the cool part. I'm about to leave for the Schiaparelli crater where I'm going to commandeer the Ares 4 lander. Nobody explicitly gave me permission to do this, and they can't until I'm on board the Ares 4. So that means I'm going to be taking a craft over in international waters without permission, which by definition makes me a pirate. Mark Watney, space pirate. So here's the cool part. I'm about to leave for the Schiaparelli crater where I'm going to commandeer the Ares 4 lander.
Oh,
Martian.
Nobody
The Martian.
explicitly gave me
With
permission
Matt
to do
Damon,
this, and
it's The
they can't
Martian.
until
You
I'm
got
on
it?
board the
Yeah.
Ares
Okay.
4.
Space pirate.
So that means I'm...
Yeah, that's what I was going for.
Okay, here is Tommy's clip, the second clip.
All that for a drop of blood.
Okay. Oh, wow.
something. Star Wars?
No, it's definitely Marvel, Iron Man. Oh my gosh. Any Iron Man movie?
Making it difficult.
The first one, the glass thing, where he's fighting Obadiah.
Avengers, Age of Ultron,
The
Nope.
Hulk.
Iron Man 2.
No, don't just start guessing random.
Well,
You'll get it in just a sec.
Avengers Infinity War.
Avengers Infinity War. Yeah.
Okay, that
I was gonna
Thanos.
start it like right at the beginning,
Alright.
and there's gonna be like some talk between them, and I was like, no, that's too easy.
Yeah, okay, that was good. Alright, this is the third clip. This is Ryan's clip.
Avoid that. 2, the lightning sand, which you were clever enough to discover what that looks like, so in the future we can avoid that too.
Wesley, what about the ROUSs?
Rodents of unusual size? I don't think they exist.
Ready?
Each we can avoid that. 2, the lightning sand, which you were clever enough to discover.
Oh, Princess Bride.
Oh.
Lightning Sand.
And right next was
What about the ROUSs?
I was thinking ROUS is what's the name of the movie.
Okay.
so yeah.
Alright. This is my clip. The fourth clip, or my clip.
Sir, we have a priority signal from the Star Destroyer Avenger.
Right. There will be a substantial reward for the one who finds the Millennium Falcon. You are free to use any methods necessary, but I want them alive. No disintegrations.
As you wish.
Lord Vader,
My lord, we have them.
Which one is?
We have a priority signal from the Star Destroyer.
Right. There will be a substantial reward for the one who finds
Empire Strikes Back.
the Millennium Falcon.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's addressing the bounty hunter.
That's right. About to say no disintegration.
No disintegration.
Sorry for that. I thought Bill was that. Yep. That's
Mr. Bonham said he left a ticket for me. I'm sorry. I believe there's only supposed to be one.
No, there's meant to be two. I wasn't sure you'd come if I asked.
I've always wanted to go to.
Oh, The Greatest Showman.
Can you guess when?
Oh, it's when, yes, she's going to the theater to meet Philip there, right?
Yeah.
And then they see his parents.
Okay.
Wow, that was very unpredictable.
Yeah, I want to.
What? Well, she made
Anne, is that her name? Anne?
It was Rachel's favorite movie, Greatest Showman. Okay, so that was our game. Let us know if you were able to guess those and how fast you guessed those. We guessed them pretty quick. And hopefully you were able to play along too and had a fun time doing that. So wrapping this up, what is your overall rating for the Ballad of Buster Scruggs?
Out of
Out of 5, 5 being the highest, what's your rating for Ballad of Buster Scruggs? You can make it out of anything special you'd like.
Give it 2 cowboy hats out of 5.
Okay, I would give it probably 3 6-shooters out of 5.
3 gunshots out of 5.
I just give it 4 out of 5. Somethings. Cactuses. Cactus.
Okay.
Because you're writing cactuses.
Cacti.
Yeah.
I would give it 3 out of 5 gold specks.
Okay. All right, and so that's our rating for the movie. Now it is time for Ryan's bad joke of the day. All right, Ryan, your joke?
My therapist says I'm obsessed with vengeance. We'll see about that.
Okay, that's definitely a bad joke.
Yeah, that's a horrible joke.
All right. If you've got a better joke that you'd like, or a better bad joke that you'd like to provide, please provide it in the comments so we can use that one next time. So thanks for watching our review of The Ballad of Buster Scruggs, now on Netflix. Make sure to hit the subscribe button below. Like it if you thought this was a useful review. Share it with your friends on Facebook. Again, we're going to do this on a weekly basis, so make sure to try to come back every week to check if we've got a next one. The next review is probably going to be about Lego 2, the Lego Movie 2, the second part.
That?
Yes, we're going to watch that.
Yeah.
We
No, I
discussed
think it looks good. I think it looks like
Some of us are going to review the Lego Movie 2. Other of us are not going to want to watch it, I guess. So make sure to come back and see who actually does go see the movie and then reviews it. But thanks for watching. Again, we enjoy having everybody here, and hopefully this has been useful. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.